I'd like to call this village board meeting of April 15th, 2021 to order. Would the clerk please take the roll?
President Jackson,
Here.
Trustee Schmidt,
Here.
Trustee Sullivan,
Here.
Trustee Light,
Here.
Trustee Meritato,
Here.
Trustee Pojek,
Here.
and Trustee Schroeder.
Here.
Before we do the pledge, I have to read this statement. The governor of the state of Illinois has declared a gubernatorial disaster proclamation in response to the COVID-19 outbreak, restricting individuals to gatherings of 50 persons or less, and all of the village of Glendale Heights is covered by the disaster area. In light of the ongoing COVID-19 outbreak, the village president of the village of Glendale Heights has determined that an in-person meeting for the April 15th, 2021 Village Board and Committee of the Whole meetings is not practical or prudent in light of the disaster. All of the trustees of the Village Board participating in the April 15th, 2021 Village Board meeting, wherever their physical location, shall be verified and determined that they can hear one another and can hear all the discussion and testimony during the meeting. This was signed by Linda Jackson, Village President of the Village of Glendale Heights, April 15th, 2021. So now that we did that, would you all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I'm looking for Bill. Bill, would you start us off, please?
Hiding in plain sight here. The Village of Glendale Heights is now hiring for a number of seasonal positions at Glendale Lakes Golf Club, GH2O Aquatic Center, Public Works, and the Parks, Recreation and Facilities Department. Positions range from laborers, lifeguards, youth program counselors, and many others. Gain valuable experience and make friends that will last a lifetime while working for the Village of Glendale Heights. For more information, please visit www.glendaleheights.org or contact Human Resources at 630-909-5357. The Village of Glendale Heights is partnering with the Northern Illinois Food Bank for a food distribution event on Saturday, April 24th from 9 a.m. to noon at Camera Park. You do not need to be a resident of Glendale Heights in order to receive assistance, and no identification is required. We ask that you please wear a face covering and remain in your vehicle. Please drive slowly and follow the directions from the staff and volunteers upon arrival. We want to thank all of the supporting organizations for your help in making sure no family or individual goes hungry. For more information or to volunteer, please contact the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Trustee Light.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
To enable an efficient and effective street sweeping schedule, parking on streets is prohibited during the months of April and May between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on one specific day. Color-coded no parking signs have been posted in 4 different zones throughout the village. Parking is prohibited on Mondays for the red zone, Tuesdays for the blue zone, Wednesdays for the green zone, and Fridays for the brown zone. To find your zone, visit the village's website. For any questions on street sweeping program, please contact Public Works at 630-260-6040. With spring season right around the corner, the Village of Glendale Heights would like to remind residents that many projects in and around the house may require a permit. Common projects needed with, common projects needing a permit include work on decks, sheds, patios, re-siding your house, and re-roofing. We would also like to remind you not to pay your contractor until they are contacted community development to ensure that all work is up to code. If you are unsure if your project requires a permit or if you need to apply for one, please contact Community Development Department at 630-260-6030. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Mike. Trustee Meritato.
Oh, thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
The next call from the mayor and the village board would be Saturday, May 1st, at the Center for Senior Citizens from 10 a.m. till noon. If you are unable to attend and have any comments, suggestions, or questions for the mayor or the village board, please call the mayor's office anytime, 630-909-5303. Due to Illinois Department of Public Health regulations and the Restore Illinois Plan, the Mother's Day brunch scheduled for Sunday, May 9th, has been canceled. For more information on special events and regulations related to the COVID-19 pandemic, please visit the village website at www.glendaleheights.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Trustee Pojek.
Thank you, Mayor. The Village of Glendale Heights offers a convenient drop-off point in front of the Village Hall for residents that need to properly dispose of retired flags. Shredding, burning, or throwing an American flag away is disrespectful, not only to the community, but to our veterans and those currently serving in the military. Once the flag disposable box becomes full, the flags will be properly disposed of in a retirement ceremony. Should you have any questions about the proper disposal of the American flag or the flag disposable box, please contact myself, Trustee Pojek, at 630-919-5310. Just before I came in, I emptied a flag box today, and inside was an envelope, which I thought would be one of the water bills that I usually get. But I got two flags, and some pin here from the American Veterans Society. So thank you, whoever dropped them off for me. Thank you.
Very nice. Trustee Schroeder.
Thank you, Mayor Jackson.
You're welcome.
Arbor Day is a national celebrated observance that encourages tree planting and care. It was founded by Sterling Morton in 1872 and is celebrated each year on the last Friday in April to coincide with the best tree planting times. This year, Illinois observes Arbor Day on Friday, April the 30th. If you have any questions regarding tree planting and care, please call 630-260-6060. Also, do you have any unwanted old cell phones, retired U.S. flags, bikes, batteries, and other recyclables? Drop them off at the One-Stop Reuse and Recycle Depot on Saturday, April the 17th, from 10 a.m. to noon. All items can be dropped off at the Glendale Heights U2 Aquatic Center parking lot, and it's located at 240 Civic Center Plaza. Items not acceptable include hazardous waste, large appliances, and CFL bulbs. All televisions or monitors will only be accepted by purchasing a voucher at www.recycling.eworksesi.org and bringing the receipt to the event. Document shredding, funded in part by DuPage County, will also be available at this event. with a limit of 2 boxes per vehicle. For more information or a complete list of accepted items, call www.glendaleheights.org or call 630-260-6000. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mary. No. Next, we have 4 proclamations. The first one being a proclamation to proclaim the week of April 18th through the 24th, 2021 as National Volunteer Week. Next is a proclamation to proclaim April 22nd, 2021 as Earth Day. Next is a proclamation to proclaim April 30th, 2021 as Arbor Day. And last but not least is a proclamation to proclaim May 2nd through May 8th, 2021 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week. So if there are no objections from anyone, I will sign the proclamations.
No objections.
No objections.
Okay, thank you. And now we have a small presentation, short presentation.
I promise short.
Okay, from Director of Parks and Recreation, Keith Knauts.
Thank you, Mayor and Board, for allowing me a few minutes to discuss the village being a Tree City Award recipient and a little bit more about Arbor Day. The village in 2020 was again named a Tree City USA Award recipient from the Arbor Day Foundation. This is the 24th year we have received this award. This award is given to communities that have shown a commitment to trees and take care of them in their community. Tree City USA is a program sponsored by the Arbor Day Foundation in cooperation with the USDA Forest Service and the National Association of State Foresters, and provides direction, technical assistance, public attention, and national recognition for urban and community forestry programs. The Tree City USA program was started in 1976, and there are over 3,400 cities and towns currently recipients of this award, with Glendale Heights being one of them from Illinois. Why are trees important? I thought I'd go back to I'm going back to my teaching days. Why are trees important? Trees clean the air by absorbing pollutants that can trigger asthma and other health problems. They absorb carbon dioxide and provide life-giving oxygen, and they provide the shade from the trees, cool the urban landscape, and reduce energy costs. In the announcements that we already had, everybody knows that Friday, April 30th is Arbor Day, but the village has already started celebrating the day. Arbor Day is always celebrated on the last Friday of April, as it was already mentioned. And why is that? Because it coincides with a good time to plant trees. The first Arbor Day was celebrated on April 10th, 1872 in Nebraska City, Nebraska. And Julius Sterling Morton was the person behind the first Arbor Day, and he later became the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture under President Grover Cleveland. Friday, April 30th is Arbor Day, but the village has already started celebrating the day. On April 12th, the village's preschool celebrated Arbor Day by helping to plant a tree on the Civic Center campus. And there are the kids out and about after their planting. The Kiwanis Club also planted trees and learned the benefits of trees and their role in the environment last Friday on April 9th. Mayor and Board, thank you again for giving us a few minutes to talk about Arbor Day and to remember that April 30th is that day. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk about the Tree City Award. I look forward to coming back next year to hopefully celebrate a quarter of a century of receiving this award. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Now we go to public discussion of agenda items. If there's anyone in the public that wishes to address this board on an agenda item, please step forward. Being none, you have the consent agenda before you. What is your pleasure? Trustee Schmidt.
I move that we adopt the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
yes,
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
And Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
The consent agenda is approved. There is no old business. So new business. Number 1 is a motion to waive first reading on new business items 2 through 4. Trustee Light,
So moved.
Second.
although, I gotta do roll call vote. Yes, Mayor. Roll call vote.
Trustee Sullivan?
yes,
Trustee Light?
yes,
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
And Trustee Schmidt.
Yes.
First reading is waived on new business items 2 through 4. Number 2 is an ordinance extending temporary executive powers pursuant to 65 ILCS 5/11-1-6. First reading has been waived, so this would be ordinance number 2021-40. Trustee Sullivan, I can't see you anymore, but
I know, so moved,
Second.
Second.
any discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt.
Yes.
And Trustee Sullivan.
yes,
Ordinance 2021-40 is approved. Number 3 is an ordinance rejecting all bids for water main lining project, various locations in the village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. First reading has been waived, so this would be ordinance number 2021-41. Trustee Meritato.
So moved.
Second.
second,
Discussion. Roll call vote.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
yes,
And Trustee Light.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2021-41 is approved. Number 4, an ordinance to amend section 4-3-13 entitled Number of Licenses of Chapter 3 entitled Liquor Control of Title 4 entitled Business and License Registrations of the Village Code of the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. First reading has been waived. This would be ordinance number 2021-42. Trustee Sullivan.
so moved,
Second.
Any discussion? Trustee Pojek.
Yeah, Mayor, we're amending this ordinance. Are we increasing or reducing the number of licenses?
I am going to,
I can take that, Mayor.
Want that.
Actually, the number of licenses are going to stay exactly the same. This is basically a business in town, Buc-ee's, is changing from an incorporated to an LLC, which requires us to be able to change licenses. So when a sale goes through or a change like that, a license automatically comes off and we have to add it back on. So this ordinance takes
Does
one
not
off and
increase.
puts one back on.
All right, thank you.
in fact, isn't it both of our Buc-ee's that are changing to Casey's, correct, Mike?
Eventually, they'll go to Casey's. Right now, they're just changing to an LLC as kind of a holding company until the
Yep.
actual final sale goes through.
All right, thanks.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
yes,
Trustee Light.
Yes.
And Trustee Meritato.
Yes.
Ordinance 2021-42 is approved. Number 5 is an ordinance annexing certain property to the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, and that is part of Queen Bee School District 16 property, and that is first reading. That will be for the community garden. So that is coming and will be here shortly.
Excuse me, Mayor.
Yes,
Where's that at, Keith?
that's going to be by Queen Bee School where the old baseball field was.
Okay, is that
The
gonna be all
reason-
the way in the back?
Yes.
Back, okay.
The reason they had to do it is because that piece of property was owned by Queen Bee District, but it was in the county. It was not incorporated in the village. So that one piece of property had to be annexed to the village so that we could use it for a community garden.
Okay, are we going to be maintaining that? Or it's all volunteers?
We're hoping it's all volunteers. I think it will be. People are very interested in it. If we have to maintain it,
Go ahead,
then
Keith.
we'll have
Yeah,
to maintain it.
If they don't follow the rules and it gets unruly, then we will take care of making sure that it is maintained. But otherwise, it'll be the people that rent the plots that will be maintaining it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Chester,
Keith, is that gonna be fenced in, that area? And then is there gonna be water supplied to them to,
So we still have to work out all of those details. The preliminary plan is to not have water that is, not from rain barrels. We're hoping to put some rain barrels out there and utilize that for the
Okay.
water source. In regards to the fence the fence that's already there, I believe is staying, but the area itself will not be self-contained.
thank you.
any further discussion?
Well, I have one more, Keith.
Sure.
Area-wise, how big is that gonna be?
That I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I know that they've got, that whole area is going to be set aside for plots to be put in. We're going to start small and kind of build as we go. So I can't give you the exact, I can find that out for you. I'm sorry, I don't know the dimensions off the top of my head.
All right, thanks, Keith.
Any further discussion? Okay, since that was first reading, we are now back to public discussion of agenda items. If there's anyone, no, there's anyone in the audience that would like to address this board on an agenda item, please step forward. Being none.
Mayor, there's nothing has been received through the board email either.
Oh, sorry. I didn't think there was. I'm just happy to see an audience.
Do we have a COW?
Yes. Now, a motion would be in order to we're going to the committee of the whole, which is where you can discuss anything. Is that okay? That should cover anybody that has anything to say. So a motion would be in order to adjourn. Trustee Meritato,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
roll call vote.
Trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt,
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan,
I just want to, I'm gonna joke up. This is technically my last meeting. And I just want to thank all my fellow trustees, the mayor and executive staff for always being there for me and being helpful. I think the world of you guys. And I wish you all the luck in the world. Thank you.
Sharon.
Oh,
Thank you, Sharon.
thank you, Sharon, but you'll be here at the beginning of the May 6th meeting.
Yeah, but I know.
I
I just
know.
wanted to tell you guys that.
Aye.
Thank you, Sharon.
I
You've been a very
understand,
good
Sharon.
trustee.
And we do miss you a whole lot.
Trustee Light,
A motion to
Trustee
adjourn
Light.
would be in order.
Yes.
Trustee
have it.
Hurtado,
Yes.
and Trustee Pojek.
Yes.
Don, I didn't mean to forget you. I love you too.
Thank you, Sheriff. This meeting is adjourned. The committee of the whole will be starting right away.
I got
Chester,
that.
it's all yours.
I'd like to open up the committee of the whole meeting for Thursday, April 15th. Is there any additions or deletions? Seeing none. Public comment. Anybody from the public, please step forward to the podium, please. Please state your name and address.
Good evening, everyone.
Could you take off your mask when you're speaking so I can understand?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brendan Tornabene. I've been a resident of Glendale Heights for 24 years. As some of you who are on the What's Going On Glendale Heights Facebook group may have noticed, there was a post made a couple days ago about a resident having the village called on them for owning a couple chickens, which led to this resident having to get rid of their chickens, Tilly and Daisy May, after owning them for 3 years with no prior complaints, which resulted in them having to give up a nutritious source of fresh eggs. We have gathered multiple chicken advocates to this board meeting today because we would like to see some sort of change to the village code that would allow responsible chicken owners to own a couple of hens. We are not pushing to allow roosters because, as most people are aware, roosters are the ones that can cause noise issues, not hens. If a criteria was set for chicken ownership, such as limiting the amount of chickens on a property, requiring a confinement zone for storing chickens, and the prohibition of roosters, we see no reason as to why the village should ban chickens across the board and punish responsible chicken owners who just want to have fresh eggs for their breakfast and the feathery friend to keep them company.
I did not get your address.
Oh, I'm sorry. 142 Hesterman Drive.
Thank you, Brendan. Next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous here. I'm not a very good public speaker.
Don't be nervous.
My name is Matthew Adamzak. I live at 72 East Lincoln Avenue. So the chickens were mine and my wife's. I don't know, like, does anyone own dogs or a cat? Or any fur babies, animals? Okay, so
Me too.
you can all you can understand my frustrations here. I grew up on a horse farm, so like I guess I would consider myself, you know, not an expert, but somebody that knows how to do something. So it's just, it's frustrating to be a homeowner and be told that, you know, you can't have an animal. Like, there's geese around, ducks, there's coyotes, there's raccoons, possums, squirrels, chipmunks. I mean, that's all wildlife that we can't control. So why should we control chickens? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's something that would have to be, you know, monitored. Like somebody with certain square footage of their yard, you know, could only have a certain amount, or, you know, something like that. It's just, I guess, as a resident, I'm looking to see like a change here. Like, you know, could we apply for a permit to have the chickens? You know, if a neighbor disagrees, you know, can we work something out? It's just I have dogs, I own a cat. My chickens are at friends now, but it's, I grew up taking care of animals and I love them.
All right, thank you, Matthew. I'm going to bring this up to the board, but I think our request should be brought to the ordinance committee and have some discussion with the ordinance committee regarding having chickens. Does anybody agree with me, Mayor?
I do.
Yes.
I
Yes?
agree with you.
Yes, I
Do we have
think
a roll
it
call
should.
vote on this, or?
I don't even think you need to.
Is
You
that a
know, I
legal
think you
thing?
can
You
just
don't
direct
need
the
to.
staff to set this on the ordinance committee agenda.
Okay.
And maybe if we could get some background on what different towns they do allow it,
Get
what their
some
regulations are.
requirements, et cetera, yes.
Right, just so we have something to,
And number of
Compare.
chickens if it goes through.
right.
All right, thank you. And Mary, you're in charge of the ordinance committee?
Yes, I am.
We want to, maybe it's too early to pick a date, but maybe we
Right,
can
it
get
is.
back to
I-
us.
I don't want to do it, on the air right now. I'd rather talk to the committee and get a date and we'll set it up. Pat, is that all right?
Yeah, it's okay by me. I'm just, man, this mask is,
I'd like to see your face, Pat. Go on, talk.
I'm just wondering, I mean, he said you don't have your chickens now? So, I mean, why can't we let the guy have his chickens until we find out what we're gonna do with the ordinance?
I agree.
I feel if you have a dog or a cat and he's in your yard, if the chickens aren't bothering
Well,
anybody.
I don't, yeah, I know it's against the ordinance right now. But I mean, why can't we
Was
have the
that
guy, why can't we have the guy keep his chickens until we find out what we're gonna do? If we
Was
don't
it a
have them, then we don't
complaint by a
have them.
neighbor? Yeah. Was it a complaint by a neighbor?
Do you have your chickens?
I don't know.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, please.
How many do you have?
2 currently.
Current.
Currently, we own 2. We have a big coop. They are, fed well, they're watered, they have heat in the winter. If it gets too cold, you insulate the coop, you give them heat lamps. If it's too cold, you bring them inside, just so they're warm. It's, I mean, that would be great, if we could have them back, just till we figure out what's going on.
If I could, I'm sorry, I just looked up your address and it looks like there was a complaint about the chickens.
Yes, it was, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
It was, the building inspector, I guess, my neighbor built a garage, so he had to have the final inspection done. And I think the building inspector, saw them or noticed them. Like I said, we've had them for 3 years, and our neighbors, we know all our neighbors. We give them eggs if they want. Nobody has a problem with them as far as we know.
It looks like you were given until actually today, and so do you still have them or you
No,
don't have them?
no, they're
Okay.
currently in unincorporated
Okay.
Glen Ellen.
Countryside.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a violation notice, so, okay. I
Yes.
just wanted to check the record on that.
Yes. We also applied to widen our driveway. This is off topic, but I have snowplow trucks. I'm probably gonna get myself in trouble here, but it's a cell phone company. I don't have a company, actual name. I have a name, but it's not like legalized or anything like that. I've been doing it for over 20 years. So my trucks are big. I got snowplows out front, and so I was given a notice for that too. Like the one tire was on the grass. I'm like, why are we getting? I understand like cars parked out front, of the house. Like it looks like I'm a redneck hillbilly, so that stuff doesn't bother me. But I understand there's standards that are met or should be met, by the owners of their homes and stuff like that. It's just
Getting back to the chickens.
kind of feeling targeted here for,
Mary?
Can I ask you a question? Getting
Sure.
back to the chickens?
Sure.
You don't want, you're not expecting to have like dozens of them?
No, we started off with, we had 4 of them. 2 of them, a possum got, and then we had picked up 1 more, raised it, and so we had 3 of them, but a stray cat, which there's lots of them in Glendale Heights, picked off 1 of them, so that's why we only have 2 now.
Yeah.
So I have a herding dog and a lab, so I'm teaching them to protect the hens.
Pat?
So, I mean, I don't know what everybody on the board thinks, but I mean, why don't we let the guy have his chickens until this goes to the ordinance committee? Then they figure out what they want to do, and then bring it to us, and then we decide what we want to do. I mean, why should a guy, I mean, this can, by the time he gets to the ordinance committee, it could be 2 months. I mean, why take him away from the guy? He's only got 2.
I'm
I mean,
with
if he
you.
had 10, I could say,
Yeah, that's
You
why I
only got
asked how
2.
many, yes.
Mayor?
I don't know, it's up to you guys.
My suggestion would be, is there a way, Joanne, staff can reach out to him and go over, because you have several different items, and we'll see what we can work with you on. I fully agree with maybe suspending the chicken issue until the committee of the whole, not committee of the whole, ordinance
Ordinance
committee
committee.
has time to discuss it. And when it's going to ordinance committee, we'll make sure that it's on the village website so that anybody that wants to attend can attend.
Okay, thank you.
Would that
Mayor.
help?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Just,
Joanne, I have a
Just let
question for you. Was there any ordinance to have chickens on private property in Glendale Heights?
No, the chickens are prohibited, right
Prohibited.
now in residential. And my name is Joanne Kelchbrenner, and I'm Community Development Director. So if you want to give me your name and phone number or send me an email, then we'll make sure that we continue for anybody in the audience to let you know when it is on the ordinance committee meeting. But right now, the ordinance prohibits the chickens. We can stay the code enforcement until
Correct.
it gets to the ordinance committee.
My question is, for 3 years, you've been in violation.
I'm
For
sorry.
3 years.
Yes, sir.
Now you're talking about your snow plows. People are complaining about that. You know, we try to keep this village clean and neat.
Yes, sir, I
and orderly.
understand that.
And I'm against you having chickens. That's my opinion right now.
I understand that, sir.
I don't know how the rest of the board feels or what they want to do, but leave it up to the ordinance committee, I think.
I understand everyone has their opinion, and like, I feel like my square footage for my property is, like, 2 is good, and I'm a responsible pet owner. Take my pets to the vet, they're not my pets, they're my family members. So, this is very frustrating for me.
Okay, we'll look into it and we'll let you know when the ordinance committee will be, and then you can attend that, okay?
Okay, thank you, I
very much.
appreciate it, thank you.
So I'm just curious how many eggs you get from 2 chickens?
2 chickens will, if you feed them enough protein, they will lay an egg every 12 to 18 hours.
Really?
Yes.
How often is that?
If you feed them enough protein, they will lay an egg every 12 to 18 hours.
Wow.
You can get a dozen every couple days.
Yeah.
If you feed them enough, yes.
He gets 4 a day if he's got 2 chickens.
Chief, you
Yes.
can't get no chickens. You can't have no chickens, believe me.
Doing the math in my head right now with kids at home, so.
Right.
Go to Jewel.
Thank you.
All right, anybody
you.
else? That should do
Thank
it
you.
then. We'll let you know about the ordinance committee.
Thank you.
Do we agree that he can
Yes.
have his chickens
We're,
until
we're
we
not gonna
settle this?
enforce it till after
Yes.
the ordinance
Right,
committee.
okay,
Have
good,
chickens
okay.
until-
Yeah, that'll
Go
work.
for it.
Go get your chicken back.
All right, any other discussion? Nothing? Let's have an adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second.
Committee of the whole is closed. Thank you.
Now I gotta do a roll call,
Roll call vote.
Didn't
Oh,
even
I'm
let us
sorry.
vote.
Roll call vote.
only because.
I haven't done this for such a long time. All in favor?
Nope.
Roll call. Trustee
Oh,
Schmidt.
roll call. Oh, my gosh.
Trustee Schmidt.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Trustee Light.
Yes.
Trustee Meritato.
Yes.
Trustee Pojek.
Definitely.
And Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
Linda. Mayor.
Yes.
The meeting is closed.
There you go. 14.
Okay.